Dave Cockrum created some of the most iconic characters that Marvel Comics ever produced. The X-Men, Starjammers, and the Futurians. And we're bringing them back.
This is Dave Cockrum's Futurians. Of course, he died before this will ever be published, and I'm sorry about that.
But he had a lot of design ideas. He introduced a lot of those in the X-Men. He introduced a lot in his own stuff.
Dave, you can tell that Dave loved doing this job.
He was a fan. He was a disgusting fan. A wonderful guy, terrific, very happy artist.
Energetic and vibrant and just fun. He was an absolute joy to be around.
Why are all these people coming to the party? Well, first of all, everybody loved Dave Cockrum, and people just love his characters.
He brought characters like Storm and Nightcrawler over to Marvel because he had those guys already.
He got to create characters that, one, he doesn't get credit for, two, his wife doesn't get the money for. We managed to work it out so that he and his wife did get some money from Marvel Comics.
All you have to do is look at a Dave Cockrum piece and you say, this is Dave Cockrum.
You got these characters with thorns, sashes, big pirate boots, gossamer wings.
Recently, I've seen a lot of costume players, walking around Dave Cockrum costumes. I see a lot of sashes. That kind of off-the-hip sash with the long flow below it.
Yeah.
It's just great. I think of Dave every time I see that. I thought, there's a legacy I bet Dave never had any idea he was going to leave behind.
Yes.
As you walk around conventions, you can see Dave's costume design influence every time you walk through the convention floor.
And there's the sash. There's the sash on the hip right there.
As I understand, he's getting royalties for one character, but he really created about 5.
Well, first Marvel had it. Marvel graphic novel number 9. The first time anybody got to see the Futurians, and here were these just beautiful characters, any one of which could have been in the X-Men. It was like the X-Men in space. But then that was the end of it. There was nothing else. Marvel did this one graphic novel and it was over. So who had it next? Eternity. Beautiful hardcover book. Same characters, another story, and eventually we got it. Aardwolf Publishing did Futurians number 0. In fact, it was the first time I ever got to do a script with Dave Cockrum. And we did well. We sold a lot of copies. I don't know if I'd go so far as to compare it to finding the lost works of Shakespeare, but coming across a unpublished Futurian script in the drawer and fully rendered 20 pages of art, well, that was quite a find. I guess we completely forgot that we had it. The book itself consists of Dave Cockrum's script, his pencils, Bob Wiacek's inks. Patty Cockrum, the original Futurians colorist, is coloring the book.
You can think of this as the beginning of your memory of what happens with the Futurians and whether there's going to be a movie made or a TV show, I think a movie, and whether or not you were part of it right at the beginning.
When I was at IDT Entertainment, we were the first ones to option the Futurians. Another option was negotiated several years later. Now another producer has shown some interest. Will this ever be made into a film? Well, we hope so, but we know we're going to make it into a terrific graphic novel. We've got book plates signed by Neal Adams.
My signature down here.
Walt Simonson. There's also a host of other comics professionals who have given us artwork for pinups and for perks. Every year, Aardwolf Publishing works with Patty Cockrum to award some talented student at the Joe Kubert School for Comic and Graphic Art with a Dave and Patty Cockrum scholarship going into our 7th or 8th year now. And Adam and Andy Kubert were only too eager to participate in this project as well.
I'd appreciate you jumping in and being part of it. It'd be great.
Join us. Help the Futurians return.